hey, it's a Tundra, but just that much smaller. Look at that. Beautiful shot there. Yeah. Let the speed build up. Hello, good morning. My name is Stuart and I'm here for HobbyKing for a flight review or product profile on a brand new little Tundra. Actually, it's called the Micro Tundra. Now, if you know the Tundra family, you would be aware of its heritage. As you can see, it very much looks exactly like a Tundra, and it flies pretty much like one too. Now, this is a 635mm model. It is plug and fly, and like the original Tundra, it's full house in that it has flaps and ailerons and elevator and rudder, and of course throttle. Now, this is a brushless setup. It's got a 2250 kV brushless outrunner, tiny little guy that you might just be able to see in there, and it comes supplied with a 2S capable 6 amp ESC. We are here at a local park because it's ideal for a local park flying. It's a nice calm morning. We've got floats as well, because the great thing about the Micro Tundra, it comes with floats as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to give you a little flight review, show you how it flies both off the grass, and this grass is a little bit long, and how it flies off of water too. Now, battery options, there are two options that you can consider for this. The first one I'm going to recommend is a 2-cell LiPo. Now, this is a 300 milliamp hour pack. Keep in mind that's capacity size, because in my pocket I think I should have, if I've done my work, yes. This is the other battery that's being recommended. This is a LiHV, 2-cell again, but the LiHV high voltage means it's got just a little bit more kick in the pack. It's got a little more voltage, and this model does benefit from this. However, this is a 500 milliamp hour, and this one, LiPo, is a 300 milliamp hour. Now, this weighs 14 grams less than the 500 LiHV. So if you're looking for the ultimate lightweight option, then I definitely recommend the 2-cell LiPo. But if you want a little more poke, then definitely check out the LiHV. It will do loops and rolls with either pack, but this Tundra, this Micro Tundra, is best suited with the flaps down and just cruising around and just enjoying yourself. That it does very, very well. It is EPO construction. It comes out of the box basically as you see it. All you need to do is screw the wing on, screw the struts on, and the undercarriage just pops in like so. Now I'm going to pop it back in, and the floats are a very similar setup too. They just clip on underneath, as you can see from this footage that we're showing you here. So that means it can be flying in a very, very short time. Now, I've got the smallest receiver I could get in there. It's behind this phone, but I'll show you some footage here. It comes with Molex connectors as standard on this version, but there are also these adapters included, so you can convert it to the standard servo leads, but you'll want the smallest receiver you can get in there. I've got one of the FR Sky new small 6-channel ones, because you want to keep the weight to a minimum with a model such as this. So that's about it. We're going to take it over into the grass, into the slightly long and damp grass, but you'll see with these big, very much Tundra style wheels, it should cope with it just fine. Cruise it around a bit, show you what it can do, and then we'll do some water flying too. So without further ado, let's do a flight review of the Micro Tundra. Okay, so we're here about to take off. As you can see, this grass is actually quite long and wet. Now, it'll certainly take off, but on landing it might just nose over in this longer grass, and if it does that, we'll try and land somewhere else just so you can see how it lands. This is, on this first flight, the LiPo. This is the 300 milliamp hour LiPo. That's the approximate position for the CG, which is 26mm from the leading edge. Oh, the other important factor, this comes in two color schemes. There is the classic green, and then this is the graffiti version, if you like your models to pop a bit more, and personally I do. I think that looks really, really nice. So we're going to take off now in very light winds. We're going to take off in mid flaps, throw it around a little bit, and show you how I really like to fly this little Micro Tundra from Durafly. Alright, you ready? Let's put the flaps on. Check, check, check. Alright, taking off. There we go, she's away. That's mid flaps and about a third throttle. Take the flaps off now. There's a little bit of crosswind there. If you can find a little gyro receiver, you might want to experiment with that. It could possibly benefit from it. But this is at third throttle. You can see it scoots around really quite nicely. That's all clean with no flaps. Let's open it up onto full throttle now. This is full throttle, so it's a little bit faster there. You can really whip it around if you want. I'm using coordinated turns, bit of rudder in the turn as well. And I'm going to come up and do a loop into wind from level flight. Down she goes. Not as graceful as the big one, but then it's a much smaller model. And this is now half throttle now, cruising around doing these figure of eights. And I'm going to bring it into wind, into the slight wind that there is. Go mid-rate on the aileron and do a roll. Here we go. That's mid-rate. And as you can see, it handles that really, really quite well. We'll try and do a stall turn off the top here. And up she goes and around. Lovely. And then on to mid-flaps. Now I'm going to get into just cruising at those slower speeds, because it does have the flaps, which is, you know, everything you want from a Tundra. It's all about the flaps, really. It will pitch up a little bit, just like the original Tundra. But now I'm cruising at mid-flaps. Yeah, I really, really like that. It's very sweet. It's not for the novice pilot, that's for sure. I know a lot of people have been learning to fly on Tundras. This is not for the novice. You need to have a bit of experience, because it's a little bit heavy for its size, and it will stall on you, and I'll show you the stall in a minute, but it will recover. So you want to have some experience. But if you're a fan of the Tundra, there we go, on full flaps, you see it really wants to stall. You've got to push forward on the elevator. If you're a fan of the Tundra, you'll definitely appreciate this model, and you would have the experience enough to fly it now. So I actually like it best at mid flaps, so I'm going to bring it around again and see how slow I can get it, nice and low. Now I'm flying in a small space here, and at this throttle setting with mid flaps, and I think mid flaps is best, you can see that I can really keep it controlled and confined. So if you've got a back garden or a backyard or a small field, and you've got an evening or a morning like this rather, then it's perfect for it. It's just a little bit of wind. Indoor space as well, if you've got a big enough indoor space to take advantage of the speed, then it's good for that too. I'm going to cruise past and do a low, slow pass at mid-flap. Coming around, bit of rudder in the turn. Colours are working really, really nice there. There she is. And around again. Just keep that power in the turn, keep a bit of rudder in the turn, you'll be fine. Alright, now I'm going to bring it around for a landing, because I want to try floats for you guys. Now remember, this is the LiPo setup. So actually, scrub that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to land it and then change to LIHV, just to show you it's got a little bit more. So this is full power if you remember this speed. It's got a nice little whistle to it. I'll do another roll here, I think, in the opposite direction. Nice. Inverted is quite nice. There we go. There she is inverted. Enough power for that too. Bring it around. That's at full power. Now I'm going to bring it around for a landing at mid flaps. Keep in mind that it will probably nose over in the grass. Let's see if we can stop it from doing that. Ah yeah, just caught the grass. Never mind. That's to be expected, to be honest, but as you can see, taking off was not a problem at all. I'm now going to fit it with the LIHV. Do the same thing, and you'll see that there's a little bit of difference in performance. The weight will go up a little bit as well, but that's to be expected. So let's put the LIHV in. Okay, so we are back and we have the LIHV. This is the 500 milliamp hour pack, so it's a little more capacity, a little more weight, so it will give you a little extra flight time, but being LIHV, just got a little more voltage too, and I'm going to show you that it's got a little bit more oomph as we fly it around now. It does weigh a little bit more than the LiPo because it's a bigger pack, but that being said, when it's a little bit windier, that you'll actually benefit from that. So let's take it up. We'll show you the takeoff. I think we'll probably try full flap takeoff this time. Ailerons are good, rudder's good. Ready?
Ready.
Here we go. Nice, full power takeoff and full flap. That came up really, really nicely. So it's got a little bit more speed, as you can see. And that is the LIHV working for you. Kick the rudder around. Actually, you know what? With this extra speed, I'm enjoying it a lot more. I think you can probably really see the difference there. And that extra weight is actually benefiting the model as well. So if you have LiPos, it will work with it, but if you can get these LIHVs, the 500 milliamp hour, oh, there's a little combat partner there, it's really, really nice for scooting around at this speed. Now let's slow it up a bit. So this is now no flaps and at just below half throttle. Now I'm going to put mid flaps on. You see it pitched up just a little bit? I really, really like it on mid flaps best. And just for cruising around like this, look at that, it's a real little sweetheart. You've got to fly it into the corners for sure, but it won't be as predictable as the bigger Tundra, but I think that's mostly down to the fact that it's just that much smaller. Look at that, lovely. All right, let's bring it around again. A little bit of a rudder kick there. Catch it on the elevator. Very nice. Put full flaps on now. Full flaps, let's see. There we go. Yeah, it is better with that bigger pack. Look at that. Beautiful shot there. Just gotta watch out for the water. Don't want to go on the water until I've got the floats. Very, very relaxing once you get used to it. It's cruising very, very nicely. And hey, it's a Tundra, but just that much smaller. What a little sweetheart. Look at that. Power on when you turn with full flaps. You will need that power to get you around the turn. All right, let's just do a little more aerobatics with the li-HV. So I'm going to go roll now. And roll the other way. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's very small, I know. I hope my cameraman's doing fine. But you can, once you get used to it, yeah, really whip it around. That's nice. So that's the li-HV. Now you'll probably get around 5 minutes on this. I'm going to use the same pack now once it's charged to do some float flying for you guys. I think I'll keep a bit of speed up. Ah, I almost got that tail first landing, but then it just fell out. What we can do actually is go over on the little road there in this private park and see if we can get a landing for you. Alright, so just to show you it running off of a smooth surface. We've got it here on this private road now. This is still the li-HV, and I'm going to do a takeoff and then landing, but let me see, what's the wind doing? It actually needs to be this way. And it will be faster because it's a harder surface, but we'll show you anyway. This is going to be mid-flap takeoff, taking off now. Lovely. Bring it round. Yeah, having flown this now quite a bit more, I gotta say, mid-flap is a perfect cruising setting, and li-HV is my preference. So maybe it'll be yours too. I'm gonna come in with mid-flaps, keep it on a bit of power. There we go.
What?
Ah, there we go. So that was a nice landing, very happy with that. That's the li-HV, as I just said. And now, with that same pack, we are going to go and take it on a really nice little bit of still water over there and give you a little bit of float flying footage. The water rudder works really, really well. Look at that, it's so cute. Lovely water. Alright, so we got it loaded up on the floats. As you saw before, that was a very easy thing to do. It handles really quite nicely on the water, and I'll show you that. It's not as aerobatic with the floats on. It's the floats are really good for the cruising around with this thing, but it looks really, really good doing it. So we'll give you a little demonstration of that. But here it is on the included floats. Sits really, really nicely. I'm going to be, well, let's just show you some taxiing first. So I'm going to be in high rate for this. See the water rudder works really, really well. Look at that, it's so cute. We've got lovely water here today. That's on full rudder here, it turns very, very well. I'm going to be mid-flaps, I think, for takeoff on this. Let's give that a go. Alright, so let's get the mid-flaps on. This is the li-HV. Let's go. Let the speed build up. And then up she goes. That's just under half throttle again. That's a lovely shape, look at that. Whip it round using rudder in the turns. Really, really nice. I hope you can see it. I know the sun's on the water there. I'm flying a little further away. Okay, here we go. Lovely. Alright, let's go full power just quickly to show you guys that. There is definitely more drag with the floats. If you try and loop with the floats on, it will snap out of it, so they definitely make a difference. So I'm not even going to show you that, you'll find that for yourselves, but for cruising like this, it's lovely. Right, let's put the flaps on when I come into wind. Okay, flaps are on now. Let's try a little landing. Speed's a little bit high. I'll take it round again. Bit of power in the turns. Keep that rudder on the turn. Right, now let's turn it in this way. Look at that, lovely. All right, let's try landing on the water now. Reduce the speed, don't take the speed off completely, and then ease on the elevator. There we go, a little bit of a bounce, but that's okay. Let's taxi it back. Lovely. What a little sweetheart. Alright, so that about wraps it up for our flight review of these two new models, the Micro Tundras from Durafly. There is the Graffiti version available and the classic green that you see me holding here. They come with floats and wheels included and very much follow the pedigree of Tundra in terms of look, and if you are experienced with flying the Tundra model, you'll have no problem flying these Micro Tundras. They are available in all warehouses now and with spare parts support, and you should be able to find those LiPos or those LiHV batteries as well, whatever your preference is to power these models. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram and other social platforms. All details and links to these models and products below the video. Check those out, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks.